All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 769. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York, and as always, we're joined by a man who sadly doesn't have a Starfield review for you tonight, Wombat.
Well, I couldn't anyway. I believe the embargo is up tomorrow morning. So,
well,
good job respecting that embargo.
yeah, the embargo for the game I have not played.
I don't
It
think
stinks.
you should have just stolen a bunch of copies and then played through it yourself, like some guy did.
Whatever. They don't want to, they don't want their game to be highlighted on the CAGcast-orama.
Award-winning CAGcast.
Exactly.
2007. Podcast of the year.
That's crazy. It's their loss, not ours.
Exactly. Well, might be ours.
I know, but I can pretend.
Right.
Don't take that away from me.
I don't know. I know that you can pay an extra $30 and play it. It's just like getting a free copy.
I'm not. I believe there'll be something else for me to play this weekend, which
Skin Flute?
Yeah, Skin Flute. So I'll be fine.
Perfect.
I'm gonna wait for my free version, my already paid for version.
Right. Shipwreck, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm also going to wait until that version shows up on that service that I pay for.
But you could play it this weekend if you just spend $30
I'm not gonna play
now.
it this week. It's Labor Day weekend. I've got family stuff going on. There's activities.
Probably going to the cabin.
No, Starfield's not happening at the cabin.
No, we're not going to the cabin to play Starfield.
No.
But you're going to the cabin to read Garfield, not play Starfield.
Oh, God. Nice. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Shipwreck's got that. Am I reading Garfield?
Yeah, I was trying to decide. I have no Garfield books at the cabin.
See, that sounds like something
I might need some.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of old like Star Wars novels at the cabin. That's where all the Star
Timothy's
Wars novels live. Don't ask me to name any of the authors of the Star Wars.
Those are the good ones.
There's some bad ones too.
Yeah.
There are some bad ones.
So, so I guess your summer, that's the last big push of your summership is.
I mean, the kids have been back in school here for, it's almost 2.5 weeks now.
That's right.
That's crazy. Our kids don't start school until next week.
Guess that's why ours are smarter.
Is that what it is? That explains a lot.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Nice.
No, summer's over here. It's been, the Long Island Retro is always like the end of our summer every year.
The exclamation point on your summer.
Yeah, like we literally get off the plane and go to the drop off at the school to drop off all the supplies and meet the teachers and do all that stuff. So just straight from the airport straight to there.
And how was your trip this year to Long Island?
It was good. Have we not talked about this? Have we not had a show since
we haven't had a show since Long Island Retro. So
okay. It was good. As always, it was good to see both of you.
Any big takeaways this year?
We got a beanbag because the beanbag was very popular at Cheapy's house.
Okay. Did you get it from Muji?
No, we did not. Okay. We did not go the expensive beanbag route.
Yes.
But we have a camouflage beanbag now that I don't know. I think there's another beanbag coming.
I was going to say, where is it? It's right in the room behind you.
You're sitting on it. Nice. Well, I'm glad I had a great impact on your kids. Actually, I know I had an impact on your kids because Dash said to me, he said, when I get $1 million, I'm going to buy 100. And then he couldn't remember the name of the thing that he wanted to get. And I was like, what? You can't just say that and not tell me. And he thought about it for like 15 seconds. And then he said, Dumplings.
Yes.
And I said, yes. Because we had excellent dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings are a different thing here. So
yes, because you don't have as many Asians. You need more Asians.
We've got more Cracker Barrels than Asians.
More crackers, less Asians. Exactly. Well, I'm glad that that's a big influence. I'm proud of that influence.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. Yep. He knows about the delicious Asian foods that can await him outside the walls of Ohio.
We have Asian restaurants. We have a pretty decent one right next.
I said delicious.
Next to our house.
Delicious.
I saw
it's pretty good.
I saw the Cincinnati restaurant on Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives over the weekend. The Schoolhouse that serves fried chicken.
That's near my house. Yes, it's a good restaurant.
Is it good? Is the fried chicken good?
The fried chicken is very good there.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like good fried chicken.
Well, I had $1 million. I'd buy 100 fried chickens.
100 fried chickens. Entire fried chickens.
Yes.
I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Someplace serve them like that where they just dip the whole chicken?
An entire fried chicken?
I mean, there must be. I feel like I've seen that before. A whole fried chicken. I just think of the Blues Brothers. I need 2 whole fried chickens.
So it does exist.
And a piece of toast.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
It's a good movie.
The only line I remember is, "Do you mind if we dance with your dates?"
That is Animal House.
Oh, fuck.
That is Animal
I've only
House.
seen Blues Brothers, I think, one time. Maybe.
You should watch it. Maybe watch it with Ty. The only thing with Blues Brothers, and I will say this, it is about a half hour longer than it should be.
Right. That makes
That's
sense.
the problem.
That's what I remember. Like too many car chases, probably.
It has that. It has a 40-minute car chase.
The car chase is pretty great through the mall.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've seen that movie several times.
Mm-hmm. I like that movie very much.
And I own the Blues Brothers 2064 game.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, it was a Blockbuster exclusive. You could only rent it at Blockbuster / buy it when they were done with it. Guess who swooped in?
That sounds like a bad investment on Blockbuster's part.
They did a bunch of those. They had we saw it at Long Island Retro. There was a Beast Wars Transmetal Transformers game that was exclusive to Blockbusters on N64. There was a Clay Fighter 63.
I was going to say, I remember Clay Fighter.
Yep.
Being exclusive.
I'm probably not remembering all of them. Those are the 3 that come to mind immediately.
Worked out great for him. Definitely another
feather in the cap.
Another feather in that cap of a business model.
Oh, I miss Blockbuster.
Don't we all? There's one left.
Like at least once a month, I think about like I'll pass a place that used to be a Blockbuster and just think about how great it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
How you would waste just like a half an hour looking for a movie and then leave with nothing.
No, I shopped. I didn't really like. I did my fair amount of renting at Blockbuster, sure, but I primarily was there like digging through like all the pre-owned crap they had.
Sure. We didn't have that much. Anyway, speaking of crap, Wombat, how's your colonoscopy?
It went and it's over and it was good. I mean, as good as a colonoscopy. It was good.
You enjoyed the prep?
No. Colonoscopy prep. I got this stuff. It's called Soup Prep. Is the prescription drink?
Sounds super.
Yeah, exactly. They make you drink it. You have to drink. It's like it's this green liquid that is at the same time sweet, but is bitter. And it's as bitter as it is sweet.
Is it a giant amount of it?
It's 6 ounces in the bottle, and you have to mix it. It's concentrated, so you mix it with another 10 ounces of water.
Holy fuck, that's so much easier than mine. I had to drink like 100 ounces of something. Over 100 ounces. I had
to drink, you drink that, and then after that, you have to drink another 24 ounces of water when you finish it within an hour.
I should have got that one.
And then then it's like 5 hours later, you have to do that process again. So you're drinking like 70 ounces of water.
The water's easy. It's that fucking nasty other shit that's hard.
With the 6, yeah. It's the Soup Prep is the worst tasting thing I've ever had in my entire life. I'm not. Yeah. There's no mincing words. It is the worst tasting thing I've ever put in my mouth. And the result of putting the worst tasting thing in my mouth ever was liquid lava shooting out of my butthole for a good 5 hours.
You only have one bathroom.
Is there
in
a
your
reason
house,
they can't make this taste good at this point? Like,
there's several different options. There's several different prep methods. Like I think even maybe more than several. And this sounds like not a great one, I guess, if it tastes so bad.
It tastes terrible, and it's just to clean out your system. I lost 5 pounds.
Holy shit!
From pooping.
That sounds
5
weird.
pounds pooping.
Really?
Yeah, that's how that's how empty I was. They're like,
but you put it back. You drank and got it all back.
Yeah, you drink and get it all back in like a day. Yeah. Okay. No. It's just water weight. So, but it's crazy because that you can't eat anything that day. You can only have liquids during the day, so there's nothing in your system but the liquid, and then you drink something that forces all the liquid out of you. And then by the morning, it's like your butt's just like,
yeah, that means it's good.
Ready to go.
And then they stick you in the chair, and then they talk to you, and they're like, okay, this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna stick the needle in your hand, and you're gonna count down to 10, and you're gonna make it to about 8, and then you're gonna wake up in a different room. And that's exactly what happened.
And then you get pictures of your colon.
I saw that the doctor went over all the colon pictures with me.
So gross.
And he called me the next day to say that all of my tests were negative and I've got a whole lot of nothing.
Great.
And he doesn't think I need another colonoscopy for at least 10 years.
That's how it works.
So I'll take it. Yeah, that's how it works. And it's a best case scenario, knocking on all the wood. So I can't that's what I'm saying. I can't complain too much. It was one hellish night, but I made it through.
In 10 years, probably the technology will be, that's what my doctor said when I just had a colonoscopy. And she said in 10 years, probably the prep will be totally different. So
that's
what in 1 year. Can we have it in 1 year be totally different?
Here's my advice. Ask your doctor about the different prep methods that are available, because mine didn't give me any choice. And I didn't know there was a choice. And it sounds like there could be a choice. So find out what the less disgusting one is and ask for that. I didn't know about that. I wish I knew that.
Yeah, mine was good. What was good about mine is that there's another version of what I took where you take it at 6 p.m. and then you have to take it again at like 4 a.m. And I didn't want to do that. I had the one where you could take it at 6 p.m. and then you take the second dose.
I had the one where I had to wake up at fucking 4 a.m. and
I was able to take my second dose at 11 p.m. So even though I was pooping till 1 a.m., at least I got to sleep from 1 to like 6. So at least I got like some uninterrupted sleep, which I'll take over the other nonsense. So, yeah. There you go.
Did you get like any kind of celebratory Funko Pop or anything for celebrating the experience?
It was funny because, when I was done, because they make you sit there and the doctor's like, you can eat now. You can eat anything you want. And I haven't really I've been, eating better lately. And my wife's like, the kids want McDonald's. Do you want McDonald's to celebrate? Because you haven't had McDonald's in like 2 months. And I got one small hamburger and I ate that and I felt so full. I'm like, all right, I'm good.
More like,
that doesn't strike me as the first choice. Like,
oh my god, it's
I
so
know.
gross.
You know what it was?
Behind like White Castle for like my first meals after this experience,
or like cardboard.
It was just, and it was plain. It was just a plain cheeseburger with nothing on it, and the small cheeseburgers, not like a quarter pounder, just like the small kid size burger.
Yeah.
But for dinner that night, by then I was feeling a little bit better, and I only and my wife made me waffles because I wanted a waffle.
That's very close to a McDonald's hamburger.
What, a waffle?
I mean, it's the same color and shape.
Oh, yeah, but it's significantly better food, especially when it's homemade by your wife. So she made me waffles, which were delicious. One waffle. I had one waffle. So
what kind of waffles do you have? Like, is it like a Mandalorian waffle maker?
No, we have just a regular waffle maker.
Darth Vader.
It's obviously a nice waffle maker. It's a stainless steel waffle maker. So that's kind of nice.
Nice.
But yeah. Waffle with syrup. I even put a little whipped cream on it.
Sweet.
This is my celebratory reward. It was my reward.
You deserve it. Yeah, celebrate.
I had my reward dinner. It was a waffle. I don't know.
That's some reward.
Yeah, I thought so.
If it was a Grogu waffle, would have been better.
I mean, the next day I ate nothing but Nutrisystem. So, that was back to normal,
Splashed out. Big.
Yeah.
McDonald's, a cheap hamburger, and a waffle.
Yeah, exactly. We're going out for our anniversary on Saturday. I'll eat up then. And and I went to Orange Theory this morning.
How's that? I went too.
Okay, so you did the same thing I did, the floor with the half bubble thing.
The Bosu ball.
Yeah, the Bosu ball.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't like the Bosu ball all that much.
It's very hard.
It's not that I'm too fat and dumb to figure out how to do the stuff on the Bosu ball.
Well, it requires balance and core strength.
Exactly.
So you probably don't have those things.
No.
Just do take 400 classes like I did.
Exactly. But the woman was nice. The instructor, she was like, okay, she's like, can you try this? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, try to get your core. Get your core. And I'm like, all right. And I did the rowing. And then I did the treadmill for the second half, the whole treadmill time.
Well, you're supposed to.
So,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
And what's the class?
Yeah.
What was your option? Leaving?
I mean,
people
theoretically,
leave. People do leave, and I give them the side eye when they leave. If they leave early.
I've never seen anyone leave early.
I have. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's No, I mean, I burned 900 calories today or whatever it was.
That's awesome. Same.
Yep. And then I ate my weight in broccoli for dinner.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do some show feedback?
Sure. So we have show feedback from Long Island Retro.
Sure.
SH10151 says, my family and I came to New York and Long Island for the first time from Canada because of the CAGcast. That's crazy. We spent 2 days in New York City and 2 days at the Long Island Retro Festival. The live CAGcast was a great way to finish the weekend. Seeing Sheepy stress out handing out the raffle tickets to the audience was hilarious, but also showed that he cared about everyone having a good time. Wombat was hilarious as usual, and Shipwreck let my kids get a prize at the end, so he's awesome too. Keep it up, and we'll see you again next year. I feel like spending, 2 days and 2 days. I would have done 3 days in the city personally, but I'm glad you had a good time.
He was
busy.
busy.
To see it at LA Retro, so
yeah, I guess
there's a lot there.
I know, and that museum is actually really awesome. That's a great museum. If you've never been there before,
there's a few better choices in Manhattan, I would say.
I'm not saying it's not a competition.
If it was, they would lose. Anyway, yes, that was cool. Mm-hmm. Golden Dipstick Award, maybe. Somebody came from Wisconsin though. Yep, that's far.
Yeah, that is far. And your ugly clone had to say, "I hope you enjoy that Rossetti plush, Wombat. Was not for me to begin with. It is in my daughter's room. It is her plush, and she enjoys it very much. Seriously, it was good to see you folks, and I hope you guys and your families had a great time at the show. I'm pretty sure we all did, and we hope to be back again next year." Yes. That's it.
That is it.
That's it.
Should we watch this Jerks?
Yeah, I think, did we all watch the big movie or only two of us watched the big movie?
What's the big movie?
The big movie is The Running Man.
I've seen Running Man before, yes. You can talk about Running Man.
The new Running Man, DC's Running Man.
Oh, okay. I have not watched this yet.
Fast guy.
It's there for me to watch. I don't know. Is this something I can watch with the children?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean,
we're
talking about the Flash, by the way.
We're talking about the Flash.
Yeah, we're talking about the Flash.
Sheepy and I watched the Flash.
The only Marvel stuff they haven't seen really is like Multiverse of Madness and the latest Guardians.
I'm gonna say I'm mixed on it only because there isn't blood, but there is some death.
They're fine with death.
There is a dead mom.
They're fine with that.
It's basically Flashpoint Paradox, but like dumbed down, like a lot, because there's a lot going on in Flashpoint Paradox. So they basically simplified that and also like try to provide fan service, which I thought they did a good job of. Like Mrs. Cheapy watched it with me, and she laughed at the funny parts, and we hung in there we only watched it in 2 sittings, which is a big plus for it.
We hung in there.
I mean, these movies are fucking long, like, and this one.
Yeah.
This one was like 2.5 hours, I think, but it was good. Like, it didn't seem like it wasted our time too much, or it was insulted our intelligence too much. It was fun. It was, as far as DC movies go, I feel like it was one of the most fun ones.
That is true.
Right? Even with that like heavy topic of the dead mom, it's not even that heavy. Like, there's
definitely some, I wouldn't necessarily even say plot holes as much as it is like, wait, what did it? So, and this is just the Flash origin.
Okay.
It's just, no, I'm saying this is the Flash origin story from the comics. I feel like that's not a spoiler. If you watch the TV show or even the Justice League movie, you know this part because it's in the Justice League movie where Barry Allen's mother was murdered and his father is the one who goes to jail for it. Right? We all know
classic.
That's the classic Flash origin. Actually, it's more like the 20-year-old retcon, but it doesn't matter. We're not getting into semantics. In this movie, because it's a self-contained thing, I was thinking they were going to show who killed Barry Allen's mom, and the movie never does.
Maybe in the sequel.
There's not going to be a sequel.
They should. It was good. It was good. It was pretty good as far as these movies goes.
So much money.
It's too bad. I know that people complained about the CG. I thought it was fine.
I think, well, it's, when he's in the Speed Force.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's that weird, very plasticky looking CG, which is clearly like a director's choice. And I don't know how well that works. I'm not going to say it's fine.
People need to do more drugs.
I will admit that, I will admit that I'm aware that it's a choice and it does feel intentional that it's bad CGI.
You're talking about like when he's like in the time.
Yes.
I forgot the name for it. And you see like the past. You see the past and it's in like layers.
Time Force.
That was fine.
Speed Force. It's called the Speed Force.
Speed Force, whatever.
Right. But I'm saying,
how can you forget that?
When he's doing the time stuff.
Right.
Anyway, it's fine. I recommend it. As far as these superhero movies go, I thought it was fun. And as someone who likes like the story behind like the Flashpoint Paradox story, I thought they did like a good job of just, sort of riffing off of that.
I think the movie, I think Ezra Miller is a problem. Just, the fact all the Ezra Miller problems obviously is part of it. But I don't know. I don't even know if he's that good in the movie. Like, I'm still on the fence. Like, did I enjoy his performance? Was it worth all the trouble to keep him in there?
Anybody could have done that. I mean, he was fine. I know that he's like an asshole in real life, I guess. I think the one flaw of the movie is that, Flash as a character is supposed to be annoying, right? Like a little bit. Like he's always portrayed as like a little annoying, like jokey and.
Yes and no. The Barry Allen Flash traditionally is the straight-laced stand-up guy.
Oh, okay.
The Wally West Flash was the annoying jokey one.
So he's kind of the annoying jokey one in this, and there's basically 2 of them in the movie. So you're getting like double annoying Flash. It's maybe too much, a little too much. Anyway, it was pretty good though. I don't want to shit on it. I watched another movie that I liked. This was a documentary, and it's also on HBO or Max or whatever, called BS High, about the fake football team, the fake high school football team.
Okay, wasn't this in Ohio or something?
Yes, correct. It was in Ohio. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's, first of all, I don't care about football, but this was very interesting. It's about basically this con man who decides that there's a lot of money, or figures out there's a lot of money in high school football, and why doesn't he? And he tries to start like a private high school football team, and basically the school drops out at a certain point, and he just keeps going with it. And there's no school, and he's recruited all these disadvantaged kids who are basically like looking for their moonshot to get into a good college football program or any college football program. And this guy takes advantage of that. And he basically gets away with it until
so they get on ESPN.
They get on ESPN playing one of the best teams in the country.
Right.
So it's very interesting how he goes from nothing to that moment. And
that was his mistake, was signing up for that ESPN game.
You'll see. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. So do the kids actually get into college though?
I don't want to spoil anything about it. But the guy is a con man.
This is recent. This is like,
it's very recent. And the guy who did it, the coach of the football team, I forgot his name, Roy something. He is extensively interviewed for this documentary because he is like a manic narcissist. And you'll see it when he gets interviewed. He's like so animated. He can't stop talking about like his fraudulent activity. Like he doesn't really deny.
Is he in jail? Or?
He is not in jail because you'll find out like the laws in Ohio really don't prevent this from happening. My guess is that he's incriminated himself in some other manners in speaking so freely in this documentary, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is in jail soon.
If he, what's his name, Tiger Kings himself?
Or Crazy Cabby from the Howard Stern Show, who talked about how he doesn't pay taxes because he's a veteran. And guess what? He went to prison for not paying his taxes. So anyway, BS High, it's just one, it's a movie. It's not like some multi-episode thing. It's only 90 minutes. Excellent. Super well done. What else we got?
Cool. I watched one. I don't know if either of you have watched this before. It's Pinball, the Man Who Saved the Game.
I have not, but I've seen it advertised to me.
You should look at the Rotten Tomatoes score.
It's 100?
Very, very, very high.
Okay, good.
So this is about Roger Sharp. He is the guy who basically, like, pinball was outlawed in New York City and in several other cities, right? Because it was considered gambling.
In the 70s?
This takes place in the 70s. So the movie is it's a documentary, but it's dramatized.
Okay.
Right. So it's all actors. It's all shot in a way that it's very enjoyable. It's like a very almost like Ted Lasso-esque like type of mood to it. Right?
Similar
like,
to the Tetris movie that we saw?
Similar to the Tetris movie, but even like lower stakes, I would say, to this Tetris movie, because
right.
it's like there's no like car chase scene in this movie.
Is it like Flashdance but with pinball instead of dancing?
It's strange because there's pinball. There's definitely a pinball focus to it, right? Like he goes and he like he's a reporter, right? He's an author, and so part of it is him going to talk to all of like Williams and Stern and all like the people who like made pinball what it was, but the whole movie's supposed to be about this court case, right? Where he goes and has this court case where he's part of this court case about getting pinball to where it's no longer illegal, considered gambling. But it's like such a small part of the movie because like on purpose, because it's not like, that's not the interesting like story part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It's on Hulu. I'm surprised Wombat hasn't watched it. Like
I didn't know it was on Hulu. I honestly didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I like documentaries. I like pinball.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
The guy also has a fantastic mustache.
Okay. 70s mustache?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll check that out. It's a movie, right?
It's a movie.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hour and a half.
Love it.
Yep.
Okay.
I also watched The French Dispatch. The Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you guys seen that?
I have.
You have?
I have not, I don't think.
I like the first section.
Yes.
With the prison artist.
Uh-huh.
I like that. I like the little twist at the end too. I enjoyed that. I'm trying to remember. I know there's the one with the restaurant critic, which was okay.
That one's okay as well.
Is this the one with the Japanese wife? No. The white guy with the Japanese wife? No.
No, this is Bill Murray, and he is running a Iowa newspaper called the French Dispatch out of a small town in France.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like
it's like an anthology movie where there's like 3 short stories. 3? Is it 3 or 4? I've already forgot. It doesn't matter. And I'm trying to remember what the middle one was, and I can't remember. And I feel like that's the one I didn't like as much.
It goes like, it's an interesting conceit to a movie, is because it's supposed to be like articles in a magazine. So you have like the short articles and like little sections, but then you have the main like one big article in the middle, and that is the one that drags the most. And I literally just watched this, and I'm still trying to remember what exactly that one was about.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie, and yeah, you're right. Like I remember Jeffrey Wright and the kidnapping, and that one being sort of interesting.
That one's like towards the end.
Yeah,
it's like,
and I remember the Benicio del Toro,
of course, that one's good,
and the pretty naked lady, and you know, and that one's really cool. I like that one probably the best. The whole art thing and the whole concept of art and what makes art valuable. And there's like that whole first section is really good. And the problem is that the best section is the first one, and the rest of the movie just never lives up to that one, which
I think the last section is enjoyable as well.
Yeah, it is. It's just not as good.
Yeah, it's got like a lot of peaks and valleys to it, to where you're just kind of watching for a while, and then something funny, like they'll say something and it'll be like, that was clever. It's probably one of my least favorite Wes Anderson movies, but it's also the most experimental of his films, which his films are already kind of out there to begin with.
I was close to watching Asteroid City over the weekend, and I don't know, I just never got around to it, because that's on Peacock, which I have. So I know, whatever.
They'll never get me, Peacock.
Yeah.
They're not going to get me.
Sabrina watched it. She liked it. So she has pretty good taste in movies.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Doctor Strangelove with Ty. I bought the 4K disc.
Okay. Did he like it?
He did. He liked it. It holds up great.
Yeah.
And
that
one
movie
thing
can be a tough watch when you're young.
He's not that young.
That's true.
He's 16. And
I know how old he is.
It's only an hour and a half, which is great. One thing, I've seen the movie a jillion times because I wound up introducing it to all my friends in college, and so we watched it a lot. One thing that I did not pick up on until watching it again, which makes sense, is that Tim Robinson in I Think You Should Leave is basically just doing a George C. Scott, Buck Turgidson, General Turgidson impersonation. Yeah. His entire character is that performance. He physically looks like the guy. Their faces look the same, but that character of the crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's like, you look at his face, he makes the weird faces, like the pouting face. It's very striking. And I Googled it to see if anyone else picked up on that. And there were a few like Reddit posts about it, but not really too much. But you got to go back and watch that if you're an I Think You Should Leave fan.
Oh, my groin.
He doesn't say that.
I know,
that's from The Simpsons.
That's from The Simpsons, yes.
Football on the groin has football on the groin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
That's the second critic reference we've made this episode, too.
Right. But technically, that's from The Simpsons, isn't it?
It is from The Simpsons.
But he was on that episode. Yes. What about the TV side? Oh, wait. I watched one more movie with Ty, classic film. I bought the 4K disc for Casino. I have a lot of 4K discs that I bought that I haven't watched.
I like Casino a lot. I think it's underrated. Do you like Casino? Did he like Casino?
We liked it, but it is very long. I forgot that it was 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched so much of it, and then I clicked to see how much was left, and there was so much left. So
I wrote a very pretentious paper in college on Casino.
Really? What'd you say?
I wrote about, because it was for my Western class, my class on Westerns.
Okay.
And I wrote how Casino is thematically a Western based on the conventions of what makes a Western. I said it was incredibly pretentious. I was 20 years old. It's when you're allowed to be. And
you're supposed to. That's why you're there, is to write that stuff. Yeah.
So I wrote a paper on how, thematically speaking, the movie, it's about Robert De Niro is the man who comes to clean up this one horse town, and how he's essentially the cowboy character, and he does go out west, and it was like this whole
wow. Did you get a good grade?
What'd you get on it?
I got an A. I got an A on
good.
the paper. Yeah, I got an A on that paper.
Good job.
Mhm.
Nice.
It was a good paper. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like I said.
Did you write it the night before?
Of course I did. So anyway, I like Casino.
Yeah, it's good. It's very violent at points.
Yes.
Remember the Vice scene? I forgot about a lot of those gross ass scenes. I covered up a lot.
Since you own it, the next time you watch it, think of it as a cowboy movie. See if it works.
Okay.
Yep.
What do we got on the TV front?
Only Murders in the Building. Is anyone else watching that yet?
I'm up to date.
That's a good show.
It is good.
What season is this? Is this 3?
This is 3. Yeah.
I'm gotta start 2 still.
We got Meryl Streep on the show.
And Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd is good. Yeah, Meryl Streep is great. Meryl Streep is so good on this show that when she's on the show, you forget it's Meryl Streep.
Yeah. And I think more like, wow, Martin Short and Steve Martin must be pretty excited that they're working with Meryl Streep at this point in their careers. Like, and they have this hit TV show. Like, it's pretty wild, actually. And it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good and funny.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're all caught up.
Interesting guys. Martin
Yep.
Short and Steve Martin. Yep.
We also watched this TV series on HBO called Telemarketers, which is another documentary. It's a 3-episode documentary, only like 45 minutes each episode. It's an inside look at telemarketing by people who took part in some like shady ass telemarketing and happened to film a lot of it while they were doing it in the early 2000s. I'm talking about the telemarketing where like they're calling on behalf of some police organization trying to get you to, send money, and they're going to send you like a sticker to put on your windshield, that type of situation.
I know that. They still call me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Once you give money, they know, they have a database, obviously. So once they get you, you're fucked. Like they're going to keep calling.
And the first time they call, you're like, sure, like whatever. Like,
because it's cheap. They're only looking for a few bucks.
Yeah. Here's like $20 or whatever. Like just, fine.
Anyway, this is like a really great example of like gonzo documentary and journalism making. It's like one of the guys is a heroin addict, and the other guy, they were both working at like a telemarketing shop. They decided like this was super shady after doing it for a while, and set out to make a documentary about exposing it all. And it goes to some like they get to some pretty high up places, and the whole thing is like super fucking shady. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's very interesting to see. Like, did you know that when those people call on behalf of the police organizations, the telemarketing company keeps 90% of the money they take from you? The police organization gets 10%.
Oh, well, I mean, it's similar to those automatic speeding ticket or parking ticket that are the third party ones.
Right.
It's a similar type situation.
Right. Well, they get a little, that's not as bad. Mine only gets like a 30% surcharge on those parking things. But this is a lot, 90%. The organization's only getting 10%. And then you find out like the cops are never like getting any of the money, right? Like the disabled cops that they're calling on behalf, like never seen a fucking dime of that shit. Anyway, it's called Telemarketers. It's one of those things where like the people are interesting to watch who are reporting on the stuff, and they actually get shit done. So it's pretty interesting. I would check that out. What else we got?
Ahsoka. A new Star Wars show.
I thought about watching that.
It's got a Jedi lady in it, played by Rosario Dawson, and she does Jedi stuff. And if you watched Star Wars Rebels, you'll be like, oh, I know who all these people are. And if you haven't watched Star Wars Rebels, the first episode actually does a pretty good job of bringing you up to speed on who all these people are.
It's probably good. It's probably maybe even better if you haven't seen Rebels, because it'll be all new.
It's like all new, because then it's all new people. But I mean, they sort of like it essentially is like a follow up to that cartoon, which is kind of interesting, all in live action, that they would do it. There's some pretty good action set pieces, particularly in the second episode. I've only watched the first two. I know the new one came out today. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet today. But yeah, I liked it. It's a little slow in the first episode. Like I said, there's a lot of setup. So I guess, I'll give it a pass and we'll see where it goes from there. The nurse that helped me out when I was getting my colonoscopy was very excited about Ahsoka and saw that I wore a Star Wars t-shirt and wouldn't stop talking about it the entire time that she was poking me with needles.
Nice.
So,
nice asshole. I mean, t-shirt.
Nice t-shirt. Have you watched Ahsoka yet? Let me tell you what I'm like, oh, I'm not really in the headspace to go through this now.
Right. I watched I Think You Should Leave while they were putting the IV in me for that.
Oh,
I had to explain to them that I'm a huge pussy. I said, despite my size, I'm a huge pussy and I will have a problem if I don't focus my mind on something else. So is it okay if I watch my phone and some short comedy videos? And they're like, oh, yeah. Isn't that fun to have to do that like every time I do anything?
When the anesthesiologist came over to ask me all like the questions to make sure that I was ready.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of a game of Marvel Snap and I was like, wait.
Oh my God. You don't want to fuck with that guy. You piss him off. Yeah. You're waking up right in the middle when they got the tube in.
I'm like, let me just end. I ended the game, but I was like, wait 1 second.
Hold on. I'm about to level up.
Yeah.
All right, should we do new releases?
Yeah, I mean, we could. Yeah,
there's some that we're playing even.
I put both 2 weeks worth on here. By the way, I don't know if you noticed.
That's great. Look at you. I'm proud of you.
Did you put them together, or we have? No,
they're separated out. So you got to go.
I'm not that proud of you then.
Yeah,
I'm less proud.
So there actually there's like a bunch of stuff that I have checked out. I wouldn't say played a lot of, but I did check out Madden 24.
Okay.
My
I just checked out Madden 23. Fuck. They just had this new one come out.
Yeah, exactly. If you played Madden 23, you kind of played Madden 24.
But it has that cool tribute to Madden at the beginning.
Yes.
And you see like young Madden and like weird pants. That was
Madden. Last year's one, yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It was cool. I know. It's weird. I mean, it's so weird.
No-look passes.
It's weird how similar the games really are. Like that they release them every year and they still sell so well.
It's not that really weird.
I mean, it's weird in the sense that
I get updates every year. Like it's exciting every year.
I mean, do you think it would do? I know the answer, I guess, but I mean, there's that part of me that's like, if it minimally like letting you carry your team over from one version of the game to your Madden Ultimate Team, carrying that over somehow or something where you're not always starting from scratch, where if you spent money, my lights just went on, where if you spent money last year in the game, that spending money this year in the game won't feel redundant or like you got hornswoggled. It's just very strange how, there are so many games
that are looking for a Madden as a service here.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't gotten there yet.
You mean a spin-off? They should do a spin-off free-to-play Ultimate Team. Like I feel like that would make a lot of money.
Yeah, it just that one mode, Madden Ultimate Team.
Yeah, spin
just
that
the
off.
Challenges, play against the computer. Your friends or a computer. Yeah.
No, just Madden Ultimate Team free-to-play, and then get money from people who are like don't want to buy it.
No franchise mode.
Yeah, nothing. Just Ultimate Team.
Just Ultimate Team,
and if you buy it. You get like the ultimate coins and shit. You get like free coins. Yeah. If you're actually paying for the game.
I think that would make sense to me too.
What about if they get people to pay for the game and then buy all this stuff though?
Well, that's just it. Is that clearly they are, so they don't need to do any of this. I'm just saying. I think wondering
it would be different if there was another, like if there was a competitor to this. This is not a situation where like it's a Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, like Halo, whatever. There's not like a ton of these. There's like you get one football game. Guess what? Every year.
I feel like
they can guarantee that people are going to buy $70 and then have their whales buy the stuff as well.
But yeah, don't you think the people who are playing every year, they'll still buy the $70 version, I'm talking about people who play Ultimate Team every year. They'll still pay the full price for the full release if they get all the packs and shit that they really need to be competitive, and you can still spin off a free to play one and it just comes with nothing,
like Call of Duty did.
Yeah, with battle royale.
With their
I
battle
feel
royale.
like that would work. I mean, obviously they have all the numbers and shit. Like I have nothing, but
no, but
seems like
I
it would be
like
okay.
your idea. I would like to subscribe to your news.
Two guys who know nothing. Yes. Anyway, that's
There's no competition, so they can do whatever they want.
Well, we understand that. We're not saying we don't understand why they're doing what we're doing. We're just saying that this other idea would be a good idea and it would make us happy. You see the difference?
There's people who will never buy Madden, but they might check out Ultimate Team if it was free to play or on Game Pass or something.
And maybe spend $1 or $2 or something.
You still get 10 hours of this on Game Pass.
Yeah,
they're still doing that. They're still doing that.
Yeah, that's why I played it.
That's why I played it.
But I checked out that other game and it didn't have that. What was it? The Sorcerer
Immortals
game.
of Avium.
Yeah, exactly. That didn't have any
It's
trial.
on a per game basis.
Did you know that I requested Immortals of Avium because they emailed me? They emailed me.
Yeah.
First, I didn't even know this game existed.
The audacity of just emailing Wombat.
They emailed me and said, "Our game's coming out. We think it's really good. You should cover our game." So I replied back and said, "Can I get a code so I could play your game to talk about your game?"
You said it like that, or you said it more gracefully?
Yeah, of course I said it more gracefully. Okay. Yeah. And then they emailed me. Then they're like, "Oh, just fill out the form and we'll get you a code." And so I fill out their form. And then a day later, I get a form letter back that says, "We're sorry, we're not giving you a code."
Nice.
I'm like, I would never have asked if you didn't email me first. But whatever.
Well, the game bombed. I'm pretty sure. Huge. Yeah.
Did it review well?
I don't know.
I think it reviewed okay.
It's such a weird release timing for that game. Like right after Diablo, right after Baldur's Gate 3, or in between Baldur's Gate 3, PC and console, and then right before Starfield.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't care. They dropped the ball.
Bad timing on
Game
that.
I could have been talking about it. I could have played it while I was, clearing out my colon, but instead
they could have had dozens, missed out. Dozens of sales.
Exactly. They missed out on that opportunity.
Now look at them.
Did anyone check out
Smurf's cart?
Smurf cart? I didn't check that out.
Did anyone check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No,
I did not. I heard it's not that good though.
I played it.
Oh, is it good?
It was okay. I played one round, so I don't really have a real opinion other than
77.
It was legitimately creepy. I played as like the victim. I had no idea.
It's the same concept as all these games, though, right?
Yeah, it's the same.
4 versus 1. This is Evolve.
Yeah, I think it's actually 3 versus 4, where there's 3 killers and 4 people trying to escape. And the people trying to escape don't really have an attack of their own. So it's more like stealth versus action. Okay. Where if you're the victim, your only option is stealth.
I'm out.
So that's the hook. That's what makes it different.
If you don't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I feel like you're missing a big hook of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the movie more than once. Right. I could tell you that they do a really good job of that atmosphere in this game because that movie scares the crap out of me. But yes, if you're a fan of that movie, you're definitely going to get a lot out of it, especially in the house. The house, they did a really good job of the house.
That's a house.
Of the house.
All right. What else?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm going through the stuff from this. Let's see. Anything from next week? This week?
I got something from
that Immortals of Avium game was a $40 release.
That's so it says.
I think it got a good review. Let's see. Immortals.
Really? What a weird release. Like, had we heard of that game at all before it coming out?
That got 77 also.
Again, I did not know anything about it until they emailed me, which is the only reason why I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll check out your game."
Such a weird thing for EA just to have this there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just strange.
Game Pass would have been good.
I do have a game that came out this week that technically I've 100%ed because it even says 100% on the game. And that game is the making of Karateka. Now you're probably saying, do you mean the making of Karateka? Because that's how I pronounced it my entire life until I watched/played the making of Karateka and learned the correct pronunciation of the game.
Wait, you just said it 2 different ways, though.
It's Karateka.
It's Japanese, right?
It's made by Jordan Mechner. It's American.
I mean,
it was made by a guy in Connecticut.
Right. I remember playing that game when it came out.
Yeah, this game's great. It holds up. Remember the Atari 50th collection that came out last year?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Which is more like a museum piece documentary.
It was cool.
Yeah. This is the same thing, but just for Karateka.
So karateka means a practitioner of karate. Karate.
That makes sense. Which is why you would pronounce it karateka.
Right. I think it's kaka is the proper pronunciation.
Anyway, they also say, like, there's a funny little clip on there where they're like, however you pronounce it is fine with us. If you like the game, we don't care.
If you have $20, just say whatever you want.
It's really cool. Again, it's that same thing where you're going through and you're seeing all of like the original drawings, how they did the rotoscoping. They talk about the first game that he tried to make that he never got to finish, and they actually include the finished version of that first space game. It's like a twin stick shooter space game that he never finished, that they finished for this collection. That's one of basically it's the two games that are on this. It's Karateka and the twin stick shooter. Karateka is still a lot of fun. There's a remastered version of it on there also with updated graphics. Not too updated because part of the charm is the rotoscoping, so they don't get rid of that. But you could also play the original version. There's like 5 versions of the game, like with different music and different styles of graphics, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's just very interesting. If you're into video game history, into the retro gaming history and where do these games come from and what it leads to, because the follow-up to this was Prince of Persia, and it basically ends on a cliffhanger where it's like, and then he went on to make Prince of Persia, but that's a story for another game.
Exactly.
So,
they're gonna just keep making these.
You know what? They're really good.
Yeah.
I tweeted out to I forget his name. The guy who runs Digital Eclipse is a really nice guy. He's a fan of the show. They're the ones who make this game. And they do such a good job. This is the second one they've done. They did Atari 50th last year.
They've been doing all kinds of retro preservation type stuff for a long time. So,
yep,
it's cool. I'll check it out.
It is. It's totally worth your time. Please check it out. And I want them to make more of these. So we should support them because I think they're really cool little. They're different. They're not expensive for $20, and you learn about something, and you still get the game to play too. So,
you know what else I'm going to support? I think.
Here? What?
Did you see that Marble It Up Ultra came out?
Yes.
That is by the makers of Marble Blast Ultra.
The first one of the. Is that the second
it's
arcade game?
Yeah, like this is a new Marble.
What's it called?
Platforming game. Marble It Up Ultra. It looks cool. Metacritic score of 88. It looks pretty good. I watched the trailer for it on Xbox, and I think I'm gonna bite on it.
It looks just like the other one.
It does. The other one was really good, and it's been a long time though.
All right. Cool.
I don't know if it has all the the online was so good.
Looks like it has online soccer with marbles.
Okay.
So it probably has a lot.
Seems like it's pretty good.
All right.
I want to try that.
That's on Xbox or everything?
I know it's at least on Xbox. I'm sure it's. I don't know.
Maybe I will marble it up. Maybe I know
all 3 of us played a lot of that.
We did back in the day. Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Oh my goodness. My son went outside and did not close the front door all the way. And all I could do is hear the automatic door lock go, eat.
Why don't you go fix it? Or tell him, yell. Why don't you yell at him to fix it right now? And we
Because he's in his room with the door closed, but I could do it. I could run and be back.
Yeah.
You keep talking. Talk about Armored Core, GP.
Okay. I will talk about Armored Core. I bought Armored Core. Wait, why did he hang up the phone? Or he just turned his camera off? That's weird.
This is Armored Core 6?
Yes.
Like, 5 was a long time ago.
I don't even remember. I remember playing like the original and maybe like, I don't know how many I played, but I played a lot of Armored Core in my time. So I figured I'd give it a shot again. So I bought this one for $60. And it is fun and good, but I am very surprised how little they've strayed from the formula, from what I remember from the fucking PlayStation 1 game.
Armored Core 5 was 2012.
Okay, that is quite that's a minute.
Yeah. Now I don't know if this is like these have all the subtitles after them. There could have been like a whole bunch of 5s and
sure.
I have no idea.
But I mean, like I said, they haven't really strayed far from the formula at all, except everything looks really good and moves at a fast frame rate. And you're a lot of fingers. You have to use all your fingers and push all the buttons to shoot all the missiles, and it's hard. Like you're redoing a lot of missions, and just like the old Armored Core, like really reminded me, it like just picked up right where it left off from the PlayStation 1 days. So if that sounds good to you, check that out.
This is like, they had like a standalone expansion, I guess, for Armored Core 5 in 2013, but it's been 10 years since an Armored Core game.
It has not changed much as far as I can tell. I think there's
Is that good or bad? I missed it. Do you like it?
I like it, but it's surprising how little has changed beyond the graphical technology. Like everything's set up basically the same, which is I'm not complaining per se. I'm just surprised that it didn't seem like they worked that hard to evolve the game. But whatever, like I played it. Ty watched me play it. He seemed to be having fun watching me play it and criticizing me. But I haven't been hung up on any one mission too much yet. Like, it hasn't been too frustrating. So there it is. I played a video game that was new.
I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
How is it?
It is very good. I am not far in at all. Right. Like I'm less than an hour in, but I can already tell like, yeah, this is a very high quality video game. I also know it's coming to, like, I've been playing it on PC obviously because I don't have consoles yet. I also know that the co-op is coming to consoles, and this is likely something that I will play co-op with Mrs. Shipwreck.
Right.
And I'm interested to see how the console controls on this, because it's very much a like use a lot of the keyboard, a lot of like mouse and pointing at menus and clicking on things, and you're not moving your character around, right? You're just clicking where they want to go. And so I'm interested to see what that's like, how they translated that onto the console version of it.
You've been following with what's going on with the Xbox version of this game, right?
Yeah, they came to a agreeable solution. So yeah, it was getting.
How much money do you think that's costing Xbox? Well, I guess nobody has an Xbox, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, so it was held back because they couldn't get the co-op working on the split screen co-op working on the Series S.
Yeah.
And so
Microsoft has a rule that says you have to have feature parity on Series S and X for any game that comes out.
They had a meeting and they decided, no, you don't.
But it took them so fucking long that the PlayStation version is going to come out, I think, real soon, right? Like next week.
Comes out on the 3rd.
It comes out on the next 3rd. Week. Right?
And Xbox, they did say the Xbox version is coming this year, but that was only announced, like, I think this week or last week, before it was like, who knows when it's coming out.
At the same time, they've got Starfield coming out at the same date. So maybe it makes plenty of sense that people are going to play it through Starfield and then get Baldur's Gate after that. Also, like a lot of their player base probably plays it on PCs. as well. So maybe not that big of a deal, but
right. It just goes to show you how dumb that rule was and how meaningless it was, because they'll bend it for you if
I think
your
it's
game
getting to the point where they're going to start bending it some. Like, I think it was a meaningful rule for that first couple years. Like, and the S, I mean, they're still selling S's. Like, it's a good little console.
I have one.
I wonder what the breakdown is. SX.
I mean, the S is really good for what it is, right? Like, it's just like
half the price, right?
Yeah, it's
a good kids console also, because that's what Elliot has in his room. He has an S that I got when it was like that day when it was like 150 bucks or
I got
something.
the same one. It was like through Dell or something.
Yeah, mine was through Verizon. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. It was 150.
How could I forget that I bought a Xbox console through Verizon?
Exactly. But it's like, but he loves it, and it has, for him it's essentially just a Fortnite machine.
Mm-hmm.
But so what?
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what that breakdown is.
He doesn't even have a 4K TV in his room, so
I would imagine they sell more S's than X's.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's so much cheaper. They're just common sense. What else we got in new releases?
I don't think there's anything else.
That's enough.
Nobody's playing Sea of Stars. I heard that was good.
I started it.
You did.
Yeah, I started that last night. I completely forgot.
What is it?
Brought it up. It's a throwback RPG, like a Super Nintendo style.
Like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Where you and your party and fight spell. But I'm way early. Like, I literally am still in the flashback at the beginning of the game. So don't ask me yet. But I did start it. It looks like it could be cute and fun. I'm not a huge fan, generally speaking, of wall of text games, and there's a lot of walls of text.
All right. Makes sense that you wouldn't be a fan of that. What else we got? I think we're up to Wombat's Fortnightly News.
I mean, this is what everyone wants to know about.
Is there something big going on in Fortnite?
The new season started last week. It started on Friday.
Fuck! With Optimus Prime?
No, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime's done. If you did not get your Optimus Prime, you will never get Optimus Prime. Never.
Never ever?
Never ever. That's how these season passes work.
God damn it.
So no Optimus Prime for you. If you start now, you might be able to get your Ahsoka.
I don't want that.
Or your Cobby Lane.
I don't know who that is.
Apparently, he's the most followed person in the world on TikTok with 200 million TikTok followers. And he was given a skin in the season pass. I did not know who he was either until the trailer came out and my son was excited. It's a really good season so far. They added 3 new POIs on the map, which is crazy. And all 3 are
A, B, and C.
Yeah.
No.
And they're interesting.
Wrong genre.
It's got this whole heist theme going on. So they got there's safes and laser grid things and henchmen walking around with guns, and you can be sneaky. And there's some good stuff going on in this season. They did a really good job so far. To put it in perspective, last season, when the last season started, it had a lot of people on day one, but the number started to steadily decline as the days go on, which is to be expected. This season is the first season in really years where the player base actually started to go up each day. They had 2.7 million concurrent users the other day, which is the most in Fortnite history. So that's a lot of people. 2.7 million people
graphs right now. This started to like a Sony press conference.
I'm just saying.
Engagement is up 42%.
They did a good job. That game is still crazy popular. But
I don't know. The sheets are on clearance at Target.
Exactly. Yeah, but the sheets are on clearance.
all betting or all Fortnite betting is on clearance at Target.
I would get it now. All the getting's good.
The new stuff.
But no, it's a really good.
Okay, Critical in the chat says that TikTok guy is the guy that does the videos where he does little hand motions of how easy it is to do something.
He does this.
Yeah,
I don't even know that, and I'm glad.
You don't
I don't know what that is.
it's like a react video for somebody like overcomplicating, like opening up a bottle of water. And so like it's a whole bunch like that's
I don't want that.
He just does the simple thing.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, no, it's a cute pass. I would say the season pass is pretty good. I don't know if how in love I am with it yet, but we'll see. But it's really more about what they've done with the season to make it interesting, make the map interesting. The new weapons are really cool, and they're building
guns, up. Do they shoot?
They're guns that shoot, and there's also this thing called the rocket ram.
Is it a rocket launcher?
It is not a rocket launcher. It is a missile that you hold on to. So when you fire it, you go with the missile in the air, and it crashes into buildings and it knocks down all the walls.
Like Dr. Strangelove.
Yes, but you're holding on. Yes, like Dr. Strangelove. And there's also briefcases that you could throw down, and they're turrets.
All right.
Fantastic then.
Yeah. So it's cool stuff. Yep. I just hope they don't drop the ball with Fortnite Nightmares, because that's usually my favorite thing of the year in Fortnite.
I'm pulling for you.
That's good Fortnite Nightmares.
Should we talk about the PlayStation Plus price hike briefly?
Yeah. Yes. It's going up 30% or more depending upon what tier you get.
I have no tier.
Okay. Well, then you don't have to worry about it.
I think I might have a tier. I hope not.
Yeah, it's going to be $80. Is it 80, 90 for just the basic? The basic tier is going up.
I get sure. I need a basic tier, right?
It's going to be $80 for just the basic nothing, for just like the 3 free games a month and being able to play online if that's something you care about.
And cloud saves, right? You can still get cloud saves with that?
And your cloud saves, yes.
Sweet.
If you want the version that I currently have, which was
is that mid? PlayStation Mid?
PlayStation Mid, that's going up to $135 a month.
No, not a month.
$135 a year. Sorry, my brain snapped. $135 a year from it was $100 a year.
Yep.
Okay.
They want more money.
What else? What's my final option?
Your final option is the one that has where you can play like old games on the cloud, which I can't imagine. I still don't understand why anyone wants to do that. Is streaming old games on your PlayStation, and that's now $160 a year, up from $120, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
These are big. It's not even that they're price hikes, it's that they're big price hikes. Like if you go from $50 a year to $60, or even, maybe even they may even have been able to get away with $69.
They're gonna get away with it. They're gonna get away with it because you can't use the systems without at least the $80 version.
You know what you could do without the $80 one? You could still play Fortnite. You could probably still play Call of Duty too.
Okay, they still allow you to do those?
Mm-hmm.
So you can play a couple of things on a system, but
you can play free-to-play games online without having PSN or even the Xbox Live service, Xbox Live Gold. You don't need either of those to play Fortnite.
Okay.
So you don't need them. You don't need them as much anymore, unless, it really depends on what you're playing online. You say it like you're playing so many games online. What are you playing online?
Oh, I'm not playing much online, but I want some of the other, I want the cloud save features. That way, when I go to different consoles, it downloads the save and I don't have to mess with that. And I have a USB stick to go to different consoles. And it's a convenience feature for me, really. And then just the ability to play online if I want to, right?
I guess. I don't know. I don't have all my stuff is not set to auto renew. My Game Pass is actually up in December. And I'm sort of debating can I go a month without it? What will happen?
What do you mean what would happen?
That's what I mean. What if I find I don't need it anymore? I haven't been too impressed with Game Pass. Starfield is nice, and that's big, and I'll have that next week. But by mid-December, what else is there that's going to keep
You're still going to
me.
be playing that in mid-December.
You think I'm going to still be playing it? We'll find out. Then I will have to keep Game Pass, or I just buy the game. Could be on sale by then.
Could be.
So
Nice.
I don't know. What do you think about the Xbox 360 store closing after 18 years? It's coming to an end.
Emotional.
I guess. Is there anything on there that I mean? I guess for a preservation standpoint, that seems
there's a lot of stuff on there. I've been picking up some things as they go on sale. Now that I know that it's going to go away, it's basically a year out, right? Like, I don't know. There's this list of 220 something games that disappear that don't have physical versions. You might be able to play them elsewhere, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I played or remember. Like, you're not going to be able to play. What was it? Gotham City Imposters on that.
That is it.
You can't buy that again.
That's good.
That is a terrible
That's a feature.
Yeah, as long as I can still play my Geometry Wars, then
I don't think Geometry Wars is going anywhere. Like, in a lot of the Fruit Ninja Connect. Now you own it, so you could download it again when you wanted to play some Fruit Ninja Connect.
I have Fruit Ninja on the Oculus.
Like a lot of these, like I think I have most of what I want from this list. Like I have Frogger Hyper Arcade Edition. That's something I want. There's things like Fez, but I'm sure that there's plenty of other places to play Fez.
Same with like a Super Meat Boy or what about Cloning Clyde?
It's not on the list. I think you're safe there. Maybe, I don't know.
What about Outpost Coloki X? Is that?
It's not on the list, but I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly what this.
Can I still play my Hexic?
You can still play. Well, I hope so. You didn't pay for Hexic unless you bought Hexic 2, right? Hexic 2 was a.
I didn't even know there was a Hexic 2.
How could you forget Hexic 2? It was exactly like Hexic, except you paid for it.
Remember when a console came with a free game? Is that the last free game that came with a console?
No. Well, I mean, essentially, PlayStation 5 came with Astrobot.
Oh, that's true. It did come with Astrobot. That is technically a game.
It's a really good game. They're apparently working on a sequel. Maybe I saw something about that. I don't know. There's a lot of games here. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of sad that the 360 store is going away for, like, what does it take to keep this up and running for like Microsoft? They kept it running for 18 years, right? Like,
it's weird. It's like these streaming services that are pulling off shows that they own. Like, really, you save money for doing that? It doesn't. I don't see how that works, but whatever.
It's just like Major Nelson, you know.
Yeah.
Couldn't have just kept him going for a few more years.
I mean, didn't he leave on his own terms?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, I mean, he was there for more than 18 years.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I don't know.
He was in that meeting where they said they were shutting down the 360 store, and he was like, "I'm out."
Yeah, like
this is the straw.
Exactly. Like, oh, I don't know. The annoying thing is that, like, I've been playing a lot of Xbox 360 here the last 2 weeks, actually, because Dash has been playing. Weird. Well, I'm weird, but Dash has also been playing some of those old Transformers games, right? Like War for Cybertron, because he's played through the current Transformers games like 5 or 6 times. And so, like, I was like, you know what? There's a whole bunch of other Transformers games, and I'm tired of playing through these same ones over and over again. So let's get out the 360 games and start playing those.
Has he played Marvel Ultimate Alliance yet?
He has not. I don't. He might like it okay. Like, I don't know that it's going to hold up because I don't know. It's that overhead view, and he likes to have the either real close third person or first person views. He likes the firepower. There's not much firepower.
I just know he's into Marvel stuff these days. I thought he might have.
No, he is. But like, so I was looking around on the Xbox 360 store because we had it on there, and I knew this stuff was going away. It is so hard to go through that store and like browse, because you have to click on like every title to see how much it is. Like, there's no like easy way to see like, oh, is this game on sale? Is it like, what's going on with this Mickey Mouse game? Oh, it's still $15. Okay. It's weird to go back and still see that like still functioning and try to like browse through that. But
won't have that
still
problem.
Still works.
Good. Happy shopping.
I will. I'm yes.
I can tell you're dedicated.
I am dedicated to going back through there and like and just
nothing
making
will
sure
get
I got
away
everything.
from you. Nothing's gonna get away.
I mean, the same thing happened on the Nintendo DS store, right? Like all this stuff, like it just ended. But I didn't feel like there was a lot there. Like I feel like I got the like stuff that I needed there. Whereas the Xbox 360,
I think the difference though with the DS store is, you need a DS to play the DS games. You don't need an Xbox 360 to play all the Xbox 360 games. You can play them on your current console.
A good percentage of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can understand them saying I don't know, maybe like we're gonna delist games that we just can't make backwards compatible. We're just gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing. It's like, like what's it costing for these ones that are like still on the Xbox One compatibility list? Like just to have does it really take a lot to just transfer those over to whatever store is currently going?
That's what I mean. Like, they're still playable on the system that's their new hotness. Why not keep those available for people to buy? I don't know.
A good question.
I blame Xbox management
just
for everything.
Just drag and drop those over to the new store.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I'm saying like it feels like the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
You got to bring back Major Nelson in this bitch.
He would have
fix
to figure
everything.
it out. Yeah, he
would know what's going on. He would have the answer, and then he would say, "And also, Madden Ultimate Team free to play."
Yes, we'll just do whatever we say.
Mm-hmm.
He agrees with us.
I also I saw Madden Arcade when I was looking at on the 360. Remember Madden Arcade?
No.
It was like an NFL Blitz style of Madden.
Okay.
And it was an Xbox Live Arcade game. So it was, I don't know, probably like $10 or something.
Yeah. Isn't it just like the drills? Like
no,
short mini games?
No, you could play like, I don't remember how many, like it was like 5-on-5 or something. I remember like Chad Johnson was like, they did it for like 2 years maybe. And he was like one of the spokespeople for it. He was also on NFL Street one year, but
I remember NFL Street. That was
it was a whole thing. Like it's wild to go back there and just like browse through your games on an Xbox 360.
Memories.
I guess those games are not backwards compatible.
Madden Arcade? I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this guy who stole 67 copies of Starfield from a warehouse and went on like TikTok or something and did like a review, like a live review, like a 1-minute review, and then was selling the games also like on stream? Like he had 67 copies of them. And he went on the stream, and then here's what it sounds like. It's pretty funny.
Todd, no offense, man.
He's coughing because he's smoking a blunt.
That's a good
while
game.
He's doing it.
Perfect timing. About leaving the earth and all that. It's good stuff. Pretty swift, good moves. They were saying I play like a beginner because I'm not a game expert.
People made fun of his gameplay.
That's a good game. Y'all don't want to miss that.
Good ad. Good marketing.
Starfield for real.
For real.
That should be the tagline: Starfield for real.
And Todd, no offense. No offense. I stole 67 copies of your game, sold them, tried to sell them on the internet, over the internet, recording myself selling them, and also played showed you my gameplay of the game, and then, no offense.
No offense.
No offense.
That's a good game.
That's good,
Starfield for real.
That's how you know it's good. I mean, it's so good that you had to steal and sell the copies of it. Sorry. Anything else? I think that's enough show. Enough show.
I mean, we did a show.
Todd, no offense. No offense.
Todd, no offense, man.
That's good. That's the kind of marketing that you can't buy. You can't buy that kind of marketing.
That's why we didn't get a copy, because that guy stole our
He
copy.
stole 67 copies.
And one of those 67 was the one that was coming to us.
It's tough out there, man. People are fighting. They're risking their freedom to get this game.
I know.
All right, guys. I think that's it, right? Can we go to bed?
Think so.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and watching. And we'll see you next week. And by next week, maybe we've had played some of Starfield. Somebody, maybe. Who knows? Anything could happen. But Ahsoka Grandma's coming this week. So all bets
maybe
are
she'll
off.
play it.
Maybe. She's probably not. But she'll be sleeping in that room that's right
She'll be
over there.
drinking a beer and playing Starfield.
So many beers and sakes. And she won't be playing any games. But she will be in bed by 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Guarantee. All right, everybody. See you next time.
Bread's done.
Oh, shit.